Please do not refurb a property investment until you watch this video. Hey everyone, my name is Simon Mishevich and I'm from Optimised Accountants, and I want to talk to you today about value added tax, which is VAT to you and me. Typically VAT is 20% standard rate, which we are used to. And when you're refurbing a property, when you're buying a property, typically you refurbish it, you will have a cost maybe between £5 and up to maybe say £50,000 if you're doing a pretty decent refurbishment. I'm not talking about exterior here in terms of knocking down walls, I'm just talking about the innards to make it look beautiful again. And you can see the type of VAT rates. I'm going to be giving you examples of how much VAT that you would pay on a £20,000 and a £30,000 refurbishment. Before we go any further though guys, make sure that you press the subscribe button down below here and that you press the bell so that you will be notified of any new video that I introduce to you guys. So in this example, as I mentioned before, you have VAT to pay. And if you have a property which you're going to spend £20,000 on refurbishment, you will be paying £4,000 in VAT. So you're moving from £20,000 to £24,000 in total. Additionally, if you're looking to do a better refurbishment on your property to get more rent maybe, then you might spend £30,000 on the refurbishment, which means you're paying £6,000 on VAT alone. And that's a lot of money when you think about it. Now, you could be in a place whereby you're buying materials as well as your labour. Now, materials, if you're buying a kitchen, a bathroom, you will be paying 20% VAT, no doubt. But you could look at the tradespeople that you use and a bit of due diligence, hopefully. You can use a non-VAT registered tradesperson to do the work, which will help you to reduce some of the VAT we've just described. Now, tradespeople do need to register for VAT once their turnover reaches £85,000 and above. That's not for you to worry about, that's for them to worry about. But hopefully you can see that you can save some VAT on this side of things. But are you worried about how much VAT that you're having to pay out, and does it affect you? If it does, type in yes and tell me about your project work and how much VAT that you're paying out. If it's not, just type in no, and then I know that you don't have any VAT issues. So as you can see here that we've got some VAT on a £20,000 refurbishment project, which is £4,000. And indeed, if you're spending £30,000, as we highlighted earlier, then you'd be spending about £6,000 VAT. Now I'll talk to you about the tradespeople in terms of not using VAT registered tradespeople, so that should reduce your VAT liability. But there are types of projects that I want to introduce to you to help you reduce your VAT even further. The first project I'm talking about here is converting a commercial building into residential. If you're taking this kind of project on, then you can reduce your VAT rate from 20% down to 5%. And if you're going to be doing this type of project, remember before I said that you'd be spending on a refurbishment project. If you're spending £20,000 or £30,000, you'll be spending £4,000 and £6,000 respectively on VAT. But imagine now that you are converting a commercial building into residential, then you could reduce the VAT from what is shown here in terms of £4,000 on a £20,000 refurbishment project down to £1,000. That's saving you a whopping £3,000 worth of VAT alone, which, let's be fair, doesn't add any value to your property. Equally, if you are buying a property and you're spending £30,000 on the refurbishment, then instead of paying £6,000 VAT, because you're converting a commercial building into residential, then you will only pay £1,500, which means you are saving £4,500 on VAT alone. So can you see how much savings you might be able to have? If you type in yes in the comments below, tell me if you're going to use this strategy or if you know how it's going to be used to save you tax. If you're not quite sure, that what I'm describing here can help you save tax, then equally type in no and then type your question so that I can get back to you within 24 hours with some more explanation or some alternative solutions. Okay, so we talked about this type of project, but there are other types of conversion projects that you can have as well. You could have a single let property that you're converting into a HMO, which stands for Houses of Multiple Occupancy, and that's typically for professional lets or for students. But if you're converting it from a single let into a traditional HMO, again, you can see the reduction from 20% down to 5% could really save you some money. There are alternatives as well. So if the property has been empty for more than 2 years and you can prove that, so typically you're going to find houses that are boarded up. Now, houses that are boarded up for a long period of time will end up coming to you and hopefully they'll be empty for more than 2 years. And all you need to have is a letter from a local authority to say, yes, this property has been empty for more than 2 years. And as a result of that, yes, you've guessed it, you can have a reduction of VAT from 20% down to 5% and saving you a lot of money on your refurbishment works. Guys, this is all about saving you tax. Has this video been useful? If yes, type in yes and why and how you're going to use this strategy going forwards. If not, then type in no and I'll answer any further questions that you may have within 24 hours of your question being sent. Guys, remember that there is the open Q&A on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. So make sure that you tune into that. And don't forget that we also run these type of videos on 7 p.m. on Thursday evenings as well. So make sure that you stay tuned for another property tax tip. My name is Simon Mishevich. I look forward to seeing you again soon.